Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday afternoon. I'm Bill Soroka, live high atop the South Avenue Sports Complex, ready for some Del Valle League football between your Interboro Buccaneers and their opponent today, the Penn Wood Patriots. Both teams come into this game with a record of 1-5. Looking to capture win number 2 on the season. About midway through the season here, both teams kind of clinging to what's left of their playoff hopes. They would certainly have to win out. But Bucs, after the coin toss, will be receiving the opening kickoff. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. Samson Cry, it looks like he's set to kick, or he's out there on the kickoff team. I'm not exactly sure who's going to kick it, to be honest with you. My apologies, it'll be Haji Ali. He'll be kicking off. So we're all set for some Saturday afternoon football about to kick off. It's 1 o'clock on a Saturday. It's a nice, pretty warm, like mid-70s kind of day here in early October. And we are underway at South Avenue, and that kickoff is going to bounce out of bounds. That'll be a flag on the first play. Good field position for the Bucs. Mamadou Rogers and the Bucs offense will set to take over. We have a capacity crowd here of about 24. We cheer on both the Bucs and the Patriots. Student section, that is a couple students over there. There's a cop over there making the easiest overtime of his life. 35-yard line will be the line of scrimmage to get started. Mamadou, the quarterback. Mason Marshall Spates, the single setback. We got 3 wide receivers close, 1 far away. They're spreading it out. Coach Pat Fisher looking to equal the win total last year. Hoping to be able to raise the flag at the end of this contest. It is Pink Out Saturday here in honor of breast cancer awareness. You'll see the teachers and numerous fans adorned in pink shirts in honor of their favorite breast cancer cause or survivor or warrior. So definitely a good cause. Mamadou on the keeper. Mamadou past midfield. If he can beat the defender, it's going to be a touchdown on the first play, and it will be. Mamadou Rogers, 65 yards to start it. Just 12 seconds in. So it didn't take long for the Bucs to get the jump on the Penn Wood Patriots. They'll send Lopez in to kick the extra point. And it was just a handoff, fake handoff, and Mamadou kept it, and there was a wide open gap, and at that point, Mamadou just used his speed and was off to the races. Dempsey Lopez through. Nate Holt, Sid Conley strike up the band. Just 12 seconds into this contest. Folks, if you're here listening live, or if you haven't quite made your way out to the park yet, there's plenty of seats available. There's also plenty of hot dogs and pizza and pretzels available at the senior snack stand located to my left on the ground floor. Come on out and help the seniors offset the cost of some of their activities like their trip and their prom and all that kind of stuff. We sure would appreciate your support. But again, if you're partial to a particular seat here at the South Avenue complex, I'm fairly certain it is still available. Lopez, the short kick, fielded at the 40 and down at the 42. That play has worked a few times, but Penn Wood was wise to it. where it's not quite an official onside kick, but it was a short kick meant to catch the up man off guard a little bit, but Penn Wood does a nice job of receiving that, and they will start their first drive at the 42-yard line. So good field position for the Patriots, looking to answer that early strike by the Bucs. And Penn Wood looks to go to the air on the first play, and it's incomplete. So Haji Ali, the intended receiver. Penn Wood again looks to throw, similar pattern and similar result. So Nasir Serrano, the quarterback for Penn Wood, off target with his first two throws. And I've been, doing this gig here for quite a while, and every now and then Penn Wood decides that they're going to go to the air. And if this is like reminiscent of what we're about to see for the entire game, or if this is like a sign of what we're about to see for the entire game, where there's a lot of incomplete passes, make sure you make a snack, because we're going to be here a while. Third and 10, and Penn Wood runs and stop behind the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the interior line of the Bucs. Greg Nice, number 55, with the big stick there, and Penn Wood will be punting. Penn Wood needs to get one last guy on the field as Jaden Smith rushes onto the field. It's a low line drive punt. And they'll bring it over towards the home bench. And there's a huge wall, and I can't really, there's one guy to beat, and Haji Ali makes the stop. And there's a flag on the field. Darryl Jones almost takes it back. Touchdown save and tackle by Ali. There's a couple of flags on the field, so I have a feeling that this good return is going to be brought back a little bit. The two holding penalties. They accept one, and Interboro will be driven back to, we'll see where the referee ultimately spots it. It'll be, looks like, it'll be 10 yards from the 49, so it'll be at the 39. Will be the line of scrimmage to start drive number 2. Drive number 1 didn't take very long. So exact same alignment as the last drive, with 3 to the near end, and Mamadou Rogers on his horse here gets about 5. I'm sorry, it's Marshall Spates on the Wildcat formation. So Marshall Spates with 6. It's Marshall Spates again. First down, past midfield. The referee wisely spots the ball, winds the clock. Now it's Rogers, who was in more of a pistol or shotgun formation. Now he's under center, and now he backs back off. Ball at midfield for this first down play. Marshall Spates again. He'll get 3. Nice job. Ali and Sheldon Hannibal tag team on the stop. Forward progress to the 47-yard line. It's actually a little warmer than I anticipated here. I might have to remove the long sleeves that I was sporting this morning. Mamadou, he'll take it himself, and he's going to be a little bit shy of the first down. They'll give it to about the 42, so it'll be a 3rd down and 2. In what you would assume will be 4-down territory. Injured player on the field. Would be tended to, so timeout on the field. Mr. Caden Tan Smith, he's the injured party, so he'll be checked out by the Penn Wood training staff. And we'll pause for the calls here at 8:40 to go in the first quarter of action here at South Avenue. Bucs up 7-0 on an early Mamadou Rogers quarterback keeper for 65 yards. 72 will walk off the field, and we'll get right back to action in a second. So Bucs appear ready to snap the ball, but there's still some confusion over on the Penn Wood sideline. So clock does wind now. And we'll keep on moving. Marshall Spates is stuffed short of the first down. Very nice tackle that time. Smith with the stick. And Bucs, you would almost guarantee will go for it at this point in the field. Part of it is where, the line of scrimmage and the fact that they're in Penn Wood territory. Part of it is probably that they do have the lead, and maybe they don't fear Penn Wood's offense a great deal. First down here. So Bucs with a fresh set of downs. Ball on the 38-yard line. And the band strikes up and sets this play to music. Mamadou Rogers to about the 31. Another good job by Penn Wood converging on the play. Xavier McDuffie and Samson Cry help out with the stop. This number really features the horn section and the woodwind instruments. I'm enjoying this number. And ball loose, and Penn Wood will pick it up. And the ball it was a low snap, and Mamadou Rogers really wasn't expecting it. And it slipped through his fingers, and it just kind of laid there. And Xavier McDuffie said, sure, I'll take it. Why not? So fumble recovery for Penn Wood and Xavier McDuffie, and that ball will be spotted on the 39-yard line, and Penn Wood will take over 1st and 10. We're about 6:48 to go, quarter number 1. And we'll see what the Patriots can do with their second opportunity. I formation set, 3 wide receivers, and they'll run it. Head for 1 or 2. Haley with the carry for 2, Aiden Doyle with the stop. So they'll get just 1 or 2 there on that first down play. So 40-yard line is our line of scrimmage. Ali in motion. Serrano to pass, looking for Ali, and he's got him. He's got him for a first down and then some, down to the 26-yard line. A well-thrown ball by Nasir Serrano, and Ali beats 2 defenders. Slight bobble, and then down for inside the 30 to about the 25. A well-executed play, but is coming back. And a disappointment for Penn Wood as a really well drawn up play and a well executed play. The ball was thrown very nicely by Serrano, and Ali was able to haul it in, but a 10-yard penalty for holding is going to nullify the gain and drive Penn Wood back to their own 35-yard line, bringing up a 2nd and 14. So I imagine it wasn't a holding call. It was something. It was maybe a motion or something. Serrano in all kinds of trouble. He's able to scramble out of it. Maybe best to just tuck and run. He does, and he'll get about 4 yards. And then a little bit after the play, I don't think anything particularly purposeful, but it'd be a 3rd down and long still, 3rd and about 8 or so. Penn Wood right up on the ball as they want to try and catch the Bucs off guard. They have 3 wide receivers to the far end. Serrano looking to pass. He fires, and really no opportunity there to complete that pass to Sheldon Hannibal. So it'll be 4th and long, and they'll send their punt team out there. So Darryl Jones last time around with a really well set up play, you know, a nice wall set up by the home bench. We'll see if they try anything like that again. Roman McCrary also back, and it's going to still go to Jones, and he'll get it on a couple of hops, and they'll set it up again over here and see if they can't get Darryl Jones running. He's got some room down the sidelines. Jones still on his feet and tackled at about the 32. So again, really well done by the punt team to set up a nice run. With 4:45 to go, Bucs will take over. I don't see a flag, so I think this one will stand. But good field position for the Bucs. Again, we encourage you, if you haven't made it out to the park yet, over here at South Ave, if you know, out for a leisurely stroll, or if you're out for a run, walking along South Avenue, you're bored, you had nothing to do. Your kid says, Mom, Dad, there's nothing to do. Come on out. We still got plenty of time here left in this game. Nice Saturday afternoon for some football. And bring a couple extra bucks to support the senior class at our snack stand. And apparently there was some type of a penalty. And Bucs are being driven all the way back to the 24-yard line. I don't have even a single idea of what happened. So they're not at the 32, they're at the 24.
Is it a tight end over? No, I didn't know tight end.
Only thing I don't have an answer. Mamadou Rogers, no, he's going to keep it himself to the outside, and it'll be driven out of bounds, but not before he picks up a first down. Yeah, I have no idea what unfolded there that drove the Bucs all the way back from the Penn Wood 32 back to their own 24. So the 34-yard line will be the new line of scrimmage after that first down carry by Mamadou Rogers. He approaching 100 yards already in the early going. And Marshall Spates will get us 2 or 3. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live streaming here. I hope you're enjoying what you see so far. I get these random texts on the free text line. Hey, we live streaming the game today. Yeah. There's also this thing called Google. You could check out, like, hey, Bucs football. But hey, I'm here for it. Anything to bump up our viewership. So it'll be second down and short. Ball spot at the 42-yard line. We're under 4 minutes. And there's a timeout on the field. So any hopes anyone had of this being a quick little, like, 2-hour in and out kind of game? I mean, you had to know, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we got a bunch of great sponsors here that have helped us out over the years. Our first sponsor of the day, Robin Ford. My main man, Eric Kane. He handles all vehicle sales and leasing and all. Eric Kane from Robin Ford. There's no stopping the Robin. Davis's Trading Post. They got costumes for Halloween, but they have so much more. Crafts, knickknacks, things to put on your table for any holiday, you name it. The holidays as big as Christmas and as small as, you know, some of the other, like, minor holidays. They have everything. Davis's really does have everything right there on West Winona Avenue and Chester Pike in Norwood, Pennsylvania. If you're from the area, you certainly know Davis's Trading Post. Second down and short. Mamadou. They'll take a couple. We'll get a first down. They'll move the chains and wind the clock. Quanta Productions, QTPstyle.com. Romano's Pizzeria. I mean, if you're sitting at home watching the game right now and you're like, you know what, I could go for a pizza or some buffalo wings or a nice hoagie, a cheesesteak, give them a call, 610-521-9010. They deliver all day long. They're just waiting for you to call. Romano's Pizzeria and Italian Restaurant. It's Marshall Spates. He gets a first down and then out of bounds. Haggerty's Cafe and Bar right down the street on 2373 MacDade Boulevard. It's listed at Holmes, but really it's, you know, I think more of an Interboro bar. I guess it could be a Ridley bar. Either one, it's Haggerty's. Stop by. Watch some college football on all the screens over there. Maybe they'll even have the UFC fights tonight. Phillies game tonight, Phillies playoff game, all kinds of good stuff happening now and later. Flag on the play. Prospect Pike Termites. I'd like to congratulate the Interboro seniors who began their football and cheer careers with the Termites and continue to keep Frank and Peg Whitmer's legacy alive. Once a Termite, always a Termite, and a lot of these young kids did in fact start. And always want to say thank you and a shout out to Coach Moyer down there with the Termites. Mamadou Rogers. Mamadou Rogers. First down and then some. Yeah, Coach Rob Moyer always does a great job. Saw him the other day. He's looking slim and trim, man. I told him, you don't look like a fullback no more. But the Termites, that's where the Bucs really tend to start. Great feeder program for this program, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of those young men coming our way in the years to come. And this is Marshall Spates. So every carry thus far, every play thus far has been either Mamadou Rogers or Mason Marshall Spates. And it's really the way it has been most of the year. They certainly do throw the ball. They certainly do open up the offense a little bit. There are other ball carriers. We'll see they're waving the chains over. They'll wind the clock. We got about 2.5 to go, quarter number one. Mamadou on the keeper. There's a flag down, and Mamadou still on his feet, and he'll actually get into the end zone. This one may come back because there's a flag. Bucs seem to think it's on Penn Wood, and if that's the case, that keeper will count as a touchdown. The referee does signal touchdown. So Mamadou with his second of the day. So Lopez will have it teed up at the 10 for the extra point attempt. And it's a high snap. And McCrary is roughed up pretty good. Penn Wood picks it up, but they might have picked it up with the knee on the ground. So with 2:04 to go, quarter number one, it is 13-0 Bucs. I'm not going to tell you the source of this text, but I just got a text on the free text line. It said football was meant to be played on a Friday night. Amen, brother. Amen. I'm like sweating. Not that I don't mind. I mean, sometimes you sweat on a Friday night too, and this is like more of a conventional onside kick. And the ball is rolling around. I don't exactly know who has it. The Bucs think they have it. Still waiting on a signal. Now Penn Wood thinks they have it. I see more defensive players trotting out on the field, so it looks like the Bucs are resigned to the idea that the ball is going to belong to Penn Wood. You'll know if Mamadou walks out there, but it doesn't. So Penn Wood did. So 40-yard line will be the line of scrimmage. But yeah, shout out to those 2 or 3 kids over there in the student section. At the very least, they should get a pride buck or a free t-shirt or something. There's actually as many police officers in the student section as there are students. But that doesn't negate that great play made by Aiden Doyle. He was the first one to have a hold. Like, it's one of those rare games where the freshmen can actually sit at the top. They don't have to, they're not going to be relegated to the bottom of the student section. Second down, 15. After the sack. Serrano drops back, fires one up. I think you very easily could have called interference there, and they did. So the intended receiver had his jersey tugged, and I think that's a very good call by the official. So they'll call that a hold as opposed to a pass interference. So they'll get those 5 yards back, and they'll get an automatic first down. $10 yards. Well, they said they called holding. A fumbled snap, delayed handoff, and they're able to get a couple yards out of it. Not a terrible play when it's all said and done for Sean Frazier, as he's able to get within a yard of the first down, and that was a play that had disaster written all over it with the fumbled snap. Serrano does a nice job of not only collecting himself, but slowing himself down, making the handoff. Frazier does a nice job of breaking a couple of tackles. Some of the fans here are not too happy with the non-holding call there, and you could hear just about every conversation. And forward progress should make that a first down for Penn Wood. And once they set the ball and wind the clock, that should be the end of the first quarter. But that'll be nice because they really only have to move the ball like about 3 feet to go the other way. So the teams do not have a lot of walking to do, but that will be the end of quarter number 1. Bucs up 13-0 on Penn Wood. And the band will play us into the quarter break. Coach's Bar and Grill, Jansen Avenue, 350 Jansen Avenue in Essington, Pennsylvania. Ruben and Melina, thank you for your service. Kathleen is here. Kathleen hasn't quite reached Josie status, but she's working on it. You're looking to make a move in the area, call Joanne Pace. She's a realtor, a C&G Realty. They're located in Aston, but they service all areas of Delaware County. Nate McCall Auto Repair. Give him a shout at 610-521-9977. That's Nate McCall Auto Repair, full service auto repair. And finally, Bemke Construction, residential contractor. Give them a shout if you're looking to have any work done. 610-721-7900. That's Bemke Construction. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help out. And we have a flag on the play, which gives us just enough time to pump up Salerno Tire Corporation. You need tires on your automobile? 610-586-1090, Salerno Tire. So we're just getting started here in quarter number 2 in a flag-riddled Saturday afternoon. Serrano back to pass. Doyle getting mugged. They finally called the hold. And I guess really the referee didn't have much choice. So they'll call hold. So we made it, we played 10 seconds in this quarter. We have 2 flags in the early going. 2 flags on the play now, 1 on the last play. I'm checking to see, I'm looking at the socials and seeing if there was any messages to see if there was any type of a student boycott for this game. Maybe it's just because it's a Saturday game. That might be why there's nobody here. But generally we have like a packed, I mean, the last game, you seen it if you were watching it. We had a game, it was at nighttime, it was beautiful, it was homecoming. We had so many people here, it was just Friday night exactly what it was supposed to have. 34-yard line will be the line of scrimmage. First and 25 will be 36-yard line rather, and it'll be the first and 25. So Serrano and the Penn Wood team has their work cut out for them. Slant pattern, incomplete. Looking for Haji Ali, and had he caught that, he might have had his head taken off. So probably discretion, the better part of valor there, not running after that one. he was all lined up on the defensive backfield of Interboro. Serrano with one man in the backfield, and they'll go with the delayed handoff. Not much on the play. Mayer first on the scene. So it'll be third down and still 25 yards to go. We'll see if Penn Wood decides to, maybe sometimes teams run a screen or like an inside handoff or something. It looks like, no, they're going to throw it downfield. Flag on the play. That can't be on Interboro because the defender for Interboro actually played that ball incredible. They called a pass interference call against, hold on. Okay, I was going to say, because Trayvon Dong played that ball well. So, pass interference against Penn Wood, which you would imagine they would decline the penalty and take the result of the play, which is an incomplete pass. So they turn the dial down to fourth down. This fourth down punt is going to be brought to you by Italian Style Pizza. They're in Fallcroft, Pennsylvania. Hit them up on the web at www.ilovedesnuts. You heard that right, .com. McCrary with his first attempt. They're going to pass it off to Jones, and he's tackled in a really nice special teams play. Very nicely done by number 28 on the Penn Wood squad. Shamir Thurston Walker. I thought that was Mekhi Williams. I read the number on the sheet wrong. Mekhi Williams, he made the tackle. Though I'm going to give credit where credit's due, because that's one of the better defensive special teams plays that you're going to see. Because if Jones is able to get momentum going the other way, you see what happens when they get that wall set up along the home bench. This is Marshall Spates. Vaughn, number 11, Richard Vaughn. And we have a timeout on the field. 10:06 to go in quarter number 2. Quarter number 2 is in no darn hurry to get over with, that's for sure. Kelly's Corner, 400 Powhatan Avenue in Leicester. Stop by there for a drink or a bite to eat. Flamingo Travel Group, As always, they're located right behind my left shoulder here on South Avenue, a longtime sponsor of Bucs football. Let them plan your next vacation at Flamingo Travel Group. Hit them up at flamingo-travel.com. Italiana's Pizza, there's another. I mean, you have a bevy of options if you're sitting at home and you want like lunch or early dinner, or you just want to stock up. It's on Chester Pike there, next to Car and Van World. Call them at 610-583-2272. That's Italiana's Pizza. I had a couple of inside outs from there last year. Really, really good. That'll be very close to a first down. If not a first down, they are going to wave the chains.
My camera says? Yes, at 12:59 a.m.
Ray of Light Hair Salon. They're found on Parker Avenue in Holmes, Pennsylvania. You want to thank them for their sponsorship. This is Marshall Spates, and he's going to be stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Another very nice defensive play. That'll be about a 6 or 7 yard loss. Josiah Stewart, number 51, the man who made that stop. Now they're only going to give Marshall Spates forward progress to the 37.
Imagine like the viewers had to turn on the camera.
Flag on the play. This crew of officials is a hodgepodge. It's not like a crew that is normally together. I don't exactly know what the issue was, but there was a hot minute there where there was concern as to whether this game was going to be played. All that stuff is like way over my pay grade, which is not a very high bar to clear, mind you, but it was way over my pay grade. I just know that for a while there they were saying, oh, we might not have some officials. Well, apparently they cobbled together a crew that likes throwing flags. But then again, I'm not even going to get on the officials. There have been a lot of mistakes in this game that are worthy of flags. A pass attempted to Saya, incomplete. That was the first pass attempted by the Bucs. So it'll be a third and long, third and about 18. So we could be looking at another passing down. And a screen, and that ball falls incomplete, and it should be a punting down here. 8:26 to go. This punt brought to you by the Fainting Goat. Right on South McDade Boulevard in Glen Olden, Pennsylvania. If you've never been to the Fainting Goat, let me tell you, like the amount of adult beverages that are on tap, and the chef there is phenomenal. The food is phenomenal. Every time I've had food there a number of times, and they you've never disappoint. They're open till 2 a.m. every night. Check them out, the Fainting Goat, and no doubt it'll be rocking and rolling for the Phils game later today. Right up the gut goes Penn Wood on this punt return, waiting for a block down the sideline and down to about the 23. Shockingly, no flags on the play yet. Mekhi Williams, Mr. Special Teams, with a great punt return. And it was a low line drive kick, and the kind of kick that you would say is, you know, returnable. So good field position for the Patriots as they look to cut into this 13-0 deficit. That play doesn't get much. Haley was your ball carrier. He got about a yard. We go under 8 minutes to go, quarter number 2. Penn Wood with the ball right on the cusp of the red zone. The flare pass out to Ali. Ali, we'll get to about the 17 or so. So it'll be a 3rd and 5. Serrano done a nice job at quarterback so far. Pressure again for Ali. That would have been a 1st down, but nice coverage on the play. It's Francione with the stop down there, the coverage. Well done by Luke. Penn Wood, I think to nobody's surprise, is going to go for it. They're on the 16-yard line. This is their best field position of the afternoon. It makes sense that they would attempt to get the 1st down. Fumbled snap. Serrano holds on to it, and he's not going to get much as he's kind of walked out of bounds. So that'll be a turnover on downs on a play that really never got off the ground. So 6:33 left in quarter number 2. Bucs up 13-0. I want to thank our sponsor, McDade Bowl. You see him over there on McDade Boulevard, McDadeBowl.com. And they're friendly to the Bucs in a lot of ways. They often, the gym, sometimes gymnasium, or the gym rather, goes over there. Bucs buddies go over there, and they sponsor Bucs football. So definitely hit them up. It's Mamadou Rogers. There's a flag down. Mamadou going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Ali is and has been for a couple of years really the guy who is probably the player that gets the most notoriety, does the most on offense and defense. It's been that way for a few years. I can remember this home game a couple of years ago, same deal. We'll wait on the signal. We have a hold on Interboro. That'll be declined. So, yeah, you basically get the same result and the down. So a wise decision by the Penn Wood coaching staff to decline that penalty. Ball on the 9-yard line. This is Mamadou Rogers again, and he'll be brought down at about the 16. McIntosh with the stop. Be about the halfway point of quarter number 2. I'm going to text down to the stand and let them know that the halftime rush is about to hit them. Mamadou drops back, looking to pass. Floats it up. He's got a man to the 30. Nice pitch and catch there. A.J. Gonzalez. And that'll result in the 1st down. Brett McLaughlin undoubtedly happy about the play that he drew up there. 29-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Ball spotted, clock wound. And this time, a sweep. Jones, and he'll get stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Three wide receivers to the outside, but this will instead be a keeper for Mamadou. He'll go out of bounds at the 25 or so. So I'll bring up a 3rd and long, which the Bucs were able to convert last time around on a pass to Gonzalez. We'll see if they try anything similar this time. A lot of action in the backfield. It's a slant. It's McCrary. McCrary still on his feet. McCrary out in the clear. Can he beat all into the end zone? He cannot. But a long play on the slant. Roman McCrary all the way down to the 11. A great job by Haji Ali to stay with his man and bring him down, but not before a long completion. And a first down inside the red zone with 3:35 and counting to go. Quarter number 2. Bucs looking to build on the 13-0 lead. This time, Marshall Spates receives the snap, pitches it out to Rogers. And they're going to call, I guess, a face mask on that play as well, because Mamadou Rogers has his helmet ripped off. And I don't know if that means that Mamadou has to stay out for a play, especially if it is a result of a face mask. So he will not have to sit out a play as he's trotting back onto the field. So that'll move the ball up, even more.
The train's still here. Yeah, they actually kind of.
So the ball will be on the 4-yard line. And you see a similar, a typical alignment there as you have Rogers and Marshall Spates in the backfield. It goes to Mason. And he'll lose about 4. Penn Wood does a nice job of busting through the interior line and making a stop. Injured earlier in the game, big number 72, Caden Tan Smith, one of the first ones to plug up that hole. And we have a timeout on the field. Penn Wood calls timeout with 2:32 to go in quarter number 2. While we have this timeout, I want to give a quick shout out right now, because right this second, in fact, a group of girls very near and dear to my heart are about to embark on their soccer game. My team, the Logan Power, team I've been coaching for 5 years. I've been, called away to football duty today, so I can't be with my team. But I want to wish them luck as they go up against a tough Cherry Hill squad. They're Cherry Hill top of the table, and we're looking to take them down today. And they have to do it without their head coach, because we're playing Saturday football. This timeout is going to be brought to you by Joe Daly, State Farm agent. Hit them up for some insurance. They got home, auto, or property. Give them a call at 610-534-8600 or stop by his Norwood office on Chester Pike. Long and Foster Real Estate agent Dave Peltz. Dave Peltz could sell anything. You need to sell a house, you want to buy a house. He's one of the most honest and forthright men you're ever going to find. Dave Peltz at Long and Foster. Roman McCrary jumps off sides. That'll be 5 more yards. At least I think it was Roman. It looks like I'll just wait on that call. I'm over here talking about how awesome Dave Peltz is, and I'm missing some of the action on the field, but Interboro going the wrong direction. They had the ball on the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, and they've lost some yardage, and now a penalty. Mamadou will keep. He's got a little bit of a path, and he's chopped down at about the 7. They always worry about the amount of punishment that Mamadou takes over the course of a game because he does carry the ball so often. And if he goes down, well, forget about it. So it'll be 3rd and goal, ball spotted at the 7-yard line. Mamadou not going to get much. Penn Wood, if nothing else, man, they're spirited and vocal. Like, they make a tackle, and they're like, oh, every time they make a tackle. They're happy to be out there playing. That's good, because sometimes, you know, when you, like, lose a lot of games, you know, you just kind of very ho-hum, go through the motions. And they're definitely spirited, so good for them. Dempsey Lopez will tee it up for a 25-yard field goal. Now, we've seen him kick from as far back as 40. So the leg strength, not a problem. Nice hold, nice snap, nice kick. Dempsey Lopez from 25. And that'll make it a 16-0 game. So 1:07 to go, and it's Interboro 16, Penn Wood 0. So typical Ed Barrar, he's like, tries to cut the exact same promo I'm trying to cut at the exact same time, and he thinks that he could supersede me because he's in the Hall of Fame. We're going to have a conversation at halftime. So I'll just skip. So don't sleep on Ray's transmissions, but I'll get back to them in a little bit. Because honestly, I want to talk about America's Pie, which I missed very much on Friday. We did not have time because one of our in-services went long. Like, we had all these meetings, and one of them went long, and we had time to get together and order. So I don't know if Popeyes is a sponsor, but if they are, shout out to Popeyes, because those 2 spicy chicken sandwiches that Siandra brought me were A-OK. Another kick that may head out of bounds, and it does, so that'll be a penalty on the Bucs, and 35-yard line will be the line of scrimmage for the Patriots. But yeah, I was looking forward to, they got these fancy sandwiches that are named after all these characters, you know, or you know, local historical thing. I mean, one of my favorite ones is called the Liberty Bell. But they got another one called the Vespucci, which, you know, if you know a little bit about explorers, right? It's a very Italian hood. I mean, they got the prosciutto on it and everything. It's a. I went the one time last spring. I ordered that 4 consecutive Fridays. So if you get the Bill Soroka seal of approval, you know that the Vespucci by America's Pie is a darn good sandwich. So hopefully this Friday we'll be back to America's Pie. Penn Wood back on the offensive at the 35-yard line. They're going to throw a lateral pass, but it's complete for a first down and then some. One of the best offensive plays of the day for the Patriots. Sheldon Hannibal with the reception and the first down, but they don't have a lot of time, and they burned a couple timeouts. So 59 seconds and counting, and ball spotted at midfield. Serrano and the offense. And I'll say it again, I think Serrano's done a nice job, all things considered. He scrambles, he'll get a yard or two and then 15 more, because I don't think that, I don't think he should have done that. That was a clear 15-yard penalty.
Well, I don't care. You can use that.
So Nice, he had them all lined up and was, looking to make the stop. But at that point, Serrano was already had both feet out of bounds. Listen, Bob Nice, not a dirty player at all. It was a mistake that was made. He will certainly get an earful from Coach Fisher. Insert earful. And 15 yards in penalties against his team. But again, I want to reiterate, I've been watching the team for a long time. Bob Nice, good hard-nosed player, not a dirty player. He made a mistake. 32-yard line, though, the line of scrimmage, and Penn Wood, with 40 seconds left, see what they can do. They go outside again, and they run a pattern, and he's going to be tackled inbounds. I don't think he's going to get out of bounds. I guess they did say he got out of bounds, because with 28.8 seconds left on the clock, it stopped. I did not think Anthony Brown got out of bounds, but maybe he did. I mean, they are on the far hash mark, so there's less field to work with. So it's quite possible. 3 wide receivers over here on our side of the screen. Ali by himself on the other side. And Serrano looking. He's able to escape some pressure. He wants to send somebody downfield. Now he's got number 3 and almost intercepted. And good job on the coverage that time, once again by Francione, who was kind of waiting for, he was like almost daring Serrano to throw that ball back across his body. Very dangerous throw. Now he did have a wide open Hannibal, but he did not see Francione tracking that ball, and almost made a tremendous diving stop. Now, had he made the diving stop, it would have blown the play dead. Catching that ball on the run, he probably would have been gone for 6. Just like 17 and a half left to go in the longest first quarter or first half ever. At least it just seems that way. And out of bounds with 8 seconds to go. So 8 seconds left. It's 4th and 4. So I guess first order of business is, if you have time for 2 plays, you have to get one of them for 4 yards. Serrano into the end zone to no one in particular. So with 1.9 seconds left, we'll have change of possession, and we would imagine the Bucs will kneel on it, but stranger things have happened. I have seen remember a couple weeks ago on the last play right before the half, Mamadou Rogers took one to the house. So we're going to stay, on our like on our feet here and pay attention,
If it was 6.7, I think I would lose my mind.
because I don't think that it's necessarily a given that this is like kneel down formation.
Can we just pick up the ball and hold it for 9 seconds? For a
So
second?
2 wide to each side.
For 2 seconds, if you could just pick
I mean,
up the ball.
listen, I don't see really a whole lot of downside in trying to run a play, especially if they have like a literal trick up their sleeve. You are, once again, sir, preaching to the choir.
Poor baby.
3-hour game 2 weeks ago.
Our homecoming game the other day ended at 11 o'clock. We had a big injury on the field. They had to bring an ambulance out and everything. Plus, it was a throwing team that didn't complete a lot of passes. So, yes, indeed.
Stop the clock and make it longer.
Uh-huh. So, timeout on the field. So, and now if they call timeout to kneel on the ball, I might send an angry text to Pat Fisher.
Stop blowing the whistle, guys.
And now they're going to bring everybody over here.
I don't know.
I've seen this play once or twice. Marshall Spates, and that'll be the end of. So Mason Marshall Spates takes it out to the 35, but time will run out on us in the first half. So after 1 half of play, it's 16-0 Bucs. We'll have some wide-angle coverage of the Bucs band for you, and please enjoy that. Maybe even a few drone shots. You never know. We'll see you in a little bit. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half, beginning of the third quarter. Your Interboro Bucs with a 16-0 lead over the Penn Wood Patriots. Dempsey Lopez got it teed up at the 40-yard line, and we will have second half football for you. Hope you enjoyed the halftime show. It's an onside kick, or kind of an onside kick, and a very nice job on the play by number 7, Samson Cry, fielding that, because that was a little bit, that was a hard ground ball. That's almost like, playing in the drawn-in infield and Kyle Schwarber rips one straight at you. And that's what that looked like. So a nice job by Cry. So when you do attempt to, you can call it an onside kick if you want, or just like some type of a different kick where you try and get the other team to fumble the ball, you do give up field position. And Penn Wood, although they haven't been able to score yet, they have shown some flashes that they can make some things happen. And there, on the other side, you see a slant pattern that was ill-advised. The pattern was fine, but the throw was ill-advised because Patrick Curry had inside position on the intended receiver, Anthony Brown. And that was a nice play by Vinny. So just getting started here in quarter number 3. Nice job by the band at halftime. Serrano still in a quarterback. This one goes to Jaden Smith. I think this might be one of his first carries. He's played well on the defensive side, has had a couple of really nice sticks. Done less on the offensive side. But he's the guy with the number 0 on his chest. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Serrano rolls out. He's got a lot of room. He's going to tuck it and run, and now he's got no choice. And I think he'll get a 1st down on that play. So the ball will be spotted at the 40 after that 1st down carry by Serrano. And, we're all hoping for obviously a clean game where, a good game and a game where these young men stay safe and we don't have any injuries, but we need a fast game as well. The gentleman I've been talking to throughout the game, he says he's in charge of opening up the parish for 4:30 Mass. Well, it needs to happen. So, JC, if you're listening, it's your house, man. If you want it opened up, let's get a fast game. Serrano rolls out. And another good job of avoiding the rush and getting a couple of yards. So 2nd down, now a handoff. Frazier. There really hasn't been a dominant halfback for Penn Wood. You know, a couple balls have gone to this Frazier, a couple balls have gone to Hannibal, a couple have gone, one has gone to Smith. There's been some keepers by the quarterback, but not really an active running game. They have run the ball a few times, but not a ton. It just seems to be an offense built upon trying to roll the quarterback out and having him make a decision, which you think at times, you know, could be effective. And I get the sense that there's like something there that, like, in due time, Penn Wood might be able to make some noise. Smith this time a first down, and you see a nice drive being put together by the Patriots. So I formation set, first down and 10. Haji Ali, one guy to beat on the outside, a really well-designed play. Nice tackle by Mamadou Rogers. I don't fully understand the stare down after the guy just got a 15-yard catch on you, but it seems to be par for the course nowadays. We're about 4 minutes into quarter number 3. Penn Wood, their best drive of the game. Another quick pass. So clearly an adjustment here to get the ball out of the hands. And that's a touchdown for Sheldon Hannibal. And as I was saying, like, clearly an adjustment here made by the Penn Wood coaching staff to get the ball out of the hands of Serrano as soon as the ball is snapped, and make quick decisions and just let these outside receivers cook. I mean, you have 4 guys that, you know, the star wide receivers on a football team that represents a big school. There has to be, you know, Penn Wood has historically over the years had really good track runners, a good track team, especially sprinters. I mean, remember back in the day in like the late 80s, early 90s, Leroy Burrell, world record holder, and an easy 2-point conversion, and that'll cut the lead right in half. It's 16-8. And the Bucs offense, after a roaring start with the first play of the game, Mamadou Rogers going 65 yards for a touchdown, hasn't done a whole lot. You know, they were the beneficiary of some good field position, which enabled them to get some scores. Another Mamadou Rogers 11-yard touchdown run, missed extra point because of a snap issue. And then also a Dempsey Lopez 25-yard field goal. That's the 16 points for the Bucs. But they definitely have to get their offense rolling. They've had a couple of opportunities inside the red zone, including last time where they were on the 4-yard line with a 1st and goal and had to settle for a field goal. And in a game that is now as close as this one is, you know, you have to be concerned. So Haji Ali will set it to boot at the 40-yard line, and he'll kick it high end over end. Jones still on his feet, but dumped down at the 28-yard line. He'll probably eventually give him the 29. So Bucs take over with an 8-point lead.
There we go, Gravy. There we go.
And Marshall Spates not too much, so a lot of times these football games are tales of two halves. And, you know, you just wonder what type of adjustments or speeches are made at the half. And right now, Penn Wood with a lot more energy coming out of the half. Outside pitch, and Mamadou has got a man. Patrick Curry, let's see if he can go inside the 25. Little trickery there. Marshall Spates takes the snap, pitches outside to Mamadou Rogers, and Mamadou throws it to Vinny Patrick Curry, who had a step or two on the defense, now a little bit shaken up on the tackle, but inside the 25-yard line. So another big chunk play for the Bucs. Vinny had just made a nice play on the defensive end in the first series defensively. Now a big catch this time around. So Marshall Spates for a couple. And pass intended for Saya, where if it was on target, that would have been a touchdown. It was not, so it falls incomplete for third down. At about 8, ball at the 20-yard line. And you wonder, you know, we're certainly within that range for Dempsey Lopez based on what he's been able to kick in the past. So he's standing over by himself on the left. It'd be 37 from here if they don't gain another yard. But if they do gain another couple yards, they may just go for it. So really, it's a question, you know, of what. Well, timeout on the field. Bucs call a timeout with 6:03 to go in quarter number 3. So Bucs, you know, they call it a timeout. Sometimes you don't like to burn a timeout early in the third, but at the same time, you don't want to blow a scoring opportunity. You're now just right on the edge of the red zone, and a sack here might drive you out of field goal range. A couple yards, you have to make a call. Do I go for it? Do I bring in Dempsey? And remember, it's an 8-point game. If Dempsey can knock a field goal through, it goes back to being a 2-score game again, where you would force Penn Wood to drive down the field twice and score twice. I don't necessarily think they have a field goal game necessarily. So they would have to score 2 touchdowns. So clock will start. And it's a low snap. Now Mamadou rolling out, looking for a man. He's actually got a man, but he doesn't see him. And Mamadou will be brought down after a gain of a yard or 2. He had, I believe it was Gonzalez downfield.
Come on, it's 4. It's 4. It's 4. You got to come after her.
So they are going to trot Dempsey Lopez on the field. Now, this will be kicked from the left hash mark, which I don't know, like, if that's something that is going to be more difficult for him. 26 yards, 36 yards will be the field goal. But we're going to need a good snap, a good hold. Roman McCrary with the hold, and Lopez has got it up, and it is through. So Lopez with his second field goal. So, having a good kicker in high school was really a game changer. And because you don't see it a lot in a lot of schools. So some schools basically have like a negative kicking game where they just have some kid that's like a halfway decent athlete, or some kid that used to play youth soccer or whatever, that they'll have like, just kicked extra points and maybe kick off. But having a good place kicker that can actually kick field goals is rare in the high school game. And you think back over the course of like my time with the Bucs, there's been a couple, but not many. I mean, I go all the way back to like Jim Pavarotti back in the late 90s, who honestly I think is probably the best kicker that we've had, at least in the Soroka era. Mike Cristaldi, good kicker, punter. Kyle Pattinson did a great job kicking for a while. He's another kid they plucked off the soccer field. But Dempsey now with the second field goal of the game, and has a couple others throughout the year. And going the wrong way is Jonte Burney with the stop. Josiah Haley was just running the wrong way. Yeah, Boomy with the nice stop, the nice tackle. Looked like a textbook 2-point takedown by Boomy. I don't know if he wrestles or not, but if Mobley sees that, he'll certainly be in his homeroom on Monday asking him to come out. Again, keep these comments coming on the free text line. I'm seeing them all, and I love you for it. It's keeping me company here on this hot Saturday afternoon. So Haley to the outside. Now, Bucs once again, 11-point lead, so the lead is 2 scores, which, as I said before the kick, forces Penn Wood to have to score twice. Which, in the first half, they weren't able to score any points. They did have a nice drive to begin the third quarter. So Serrano under center. They'll go right back to the running game. Little ground and pound Patriot style. I don't know if that was Frazier or McDuffie. I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way, it's a third down and about 4 for the Patriots. 31-yard line, the line of scrimmage. We're at 3.5 to go, quarter number 3. Bucs concession stand looks like it has run out of provisions for the day. So we thank all of you who have helped out. A little rush there. And the slant route intended for Anthony Brown, but that's going to fall incomplete. And now the Patriots in a tough spot because it's 4th and 4, but they're on the 31-yard line. You know, you would think that this is punt team. And now, but it took a little while for them to make that call, so they're going to have to be a little mindful of the time of the play clock. Jones and McCrary back deep. They'll be at about the 37-yard line. Hodge. It's Jones, and ball on the ground. Ball still on the ground. Penn Wood may have come up with that. Interboro not saying they have it. Penn Wood saying they do have it, waiting on an official call. And now they are. It is Penn Wood football. So that Interboro fumble will give Penn Wood field position inside the 50 in Buck territory at the 47.
He put that ball on the ground anyway.
So there were definitely some Bucs fans that wanted to see a roughing call on the kicker. Now that's going to be holding against the Bucs. That'll be declined because clearly the Patriots will want the result of the play. Serrano, slant outside.
Go, go, go.
Hannibal still on his feet. Dong went for the interception, really came close to it. But Hannibal, with the stronger hands there, was able to corral that ball and bring it in and get down the sideline inside the 20. Good field position at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 Penn Wood. So they're certainly not giving up on this. I formation this time. This is Ali. Ali looks like he's going to sprint into the end zone, and he does. And right back at it is Penn Wood. It'll be 19-14 pending an extra point or a 2-point conversion attempt. And all of a sudden, like, it's a game here at South Avenue. So Ali set to kick the extra point. Snap and hold are pretty good. Ali boots it through. So 19-15 the score. Well, it was a 2-score game, now it's a 1-score game. So naturally, Bucs, you know, it's incumbent upon their offense to start to make things happen. So with 2:22 to go in quarter number 3. Penn Wood will tee it up. And the flag. So we'll do it again. They'll bump them back 5 yards on the offsides. So special teams a little overzealous there for the Patriots. So it's still McCrary and Dong, or McCrary and Jones rather. Jones drops it but picks it back up, looking to collect himself, looking for a hole, and he'll be brought down at the 24-yard line. So 2:14 to play. We've advanced a couple of seconds in the last 5 minutes or so. Mamadou with the snap. He hands it off to Marshall Spates, who will be stacked up around the line of scrimmage. Oh, Saya had probably a short touchdown, inside position on the slant. Inside position and a step on the defender, and it was probably off to the races for Noah Saya. But the first job is you got to catch it. Mamadou escapes some early pressure. Looking to make something out of nothing. Now, close. Definitely close. Fisher wanted the flag. Now they throw the flag, but that might actually be on Fisher. That kid, I don't know if that's going to be on Penn Wood for the hit out of bounds or our sideline for yelling for not calling the hit out of bounds. Just a sideline warning, so no flag. They drop the flag and give them a sideline warning. So it'll be 4th down and about 5. And it looks like punt time.
Where's our punter? We don't have a punter out there.
Where is the punt? I was going to say, where's Mayer? Penn Wood bails out Interboro by calling a timeout. So ball on the 30, 4th down. Tyler Mayer out at the 18-yard line. He's going to punt. Apparently Penn Wood doesn't think there's going to be a punt. So now they finally do drop someone back. Mekhi Williams, who had a nice punt return earlier in the game, Snap is good, and it's a nice kick by Mayer. And a super risky fair catch. I mean, like, that could have gone, a bunch of things could have happened there, and really the only good thing that could have happened was what just happened for Penn Wood. Otherwise, you know, there was all kinds of Bucs around that play. Closest, Abasar Kamaki. So Penn Wood, you know, who has had a nice third quarter. They've outscored the Bucs 15-3 in this quarter. Drawn the game to within a 4-point margin, 19-15. A minute 18 to go, and the pitch out. And just keeps those legs moving, and a nice first down carry for Sean Frazier. And an injury on the field to stop the clock. We have a couple of players cramped up. Not surprising given the temperature. So Patrick Curry will walk off the field under his own power. Jadis Smith, the injured player for Penn Wood, he's being stretched off at the 35-yard line with just over a minute to go in the third quarter. So we'll be back to live action here, 46-yard line. This time a better job by the Bucs. They're going to say that the ground caused that fumble, so clock will continue to roll under 45 seconds. So, and now we have another injured player. Listen, football's a physical game, and then when you're playing both ways on a day when, you know, I mean, standing here is kind of hot, and then playing both ways and having people hit you, I can understand why some injuries are going to take place. So with 35.9 to go in quarter number 3, we'll take a timeout. Let you know about our sponsor, Just in Time Auto. You can reach them at 610-915-3110. You're already approved, says the sign. So 610-915-3111. Just in Time Auto. Thanks to them for sponsoring these young men out here on the football field. Also have double-decker pizza in Glen Olden. Everybody knows about their delicious inside-outs. I've had many, many inside-outs over the years. Got the West End Boat Club also from Essington. For a day on the high seas, dock your boat at the West End Boat Club. We're at the 44-yard line, ready to resume action. And an incomplete pass, third down. So it'll be third down and it's between 7 and 8 for the Patriots. 29.8 seconds to go. So Serrano looking to go deep. Now he floats one out. He's got an open guy, but he's going the wrong direction. But he's somehow back on his feet. Now he's going to break free. And if it wasn't for Roman McCrary, and he's still kind of on his feet. That was just a weird play all around. Hannibal caught the pass, ran backwards. They had him behind the line of scrimmage, but he escaped, took off down the line, and thank goodness for Roman McCrary. Still a first down. Somehow we're still in the third quarter. So yes, there's 13.2 seconds left. Penn Wood driving. It's first down just outside the 10-yard line, so it's not a goal-to-go situation. Serrano on his feet, beats a man.
Are you joking right now?
And into the end zone goes Serrano. Roman McCrary just had him lined up and then jumped. And Serrano gave him a little shoulder juke and into the end zone for a touchdown, and now Penn Wood is up. So 21-19 in favor of the Patriots with 5 seconds to go. In what really has turned out to be a disastrous third quarter for the Bucs. So it's 21-19, extra point pending. I'm sure Penn Wood doesn't want to waste a timeout here on an extra point, but they're sure in no darn hurry to get it kicked.
They're setting up for a kick.
Low snap, handled nicely by the holder, and up and good. So it's going to be 22-19, a 3-point lead. And it's still the third quarter.
Who's yelling? Was that picture? I'll actually lay it for that picture.
So with 5 seconds left in the third quarter, we'll have Haji Ali tee it up at the 40-yard line. McCrary and Jones back deep.
This is where it matters, Coach. You got to dig in.
Excellent pyramid there by the cheer team. And a ball will go to the end zone. And, of course, no time runs off the clock because nobody touched it.
More baby stuff.
No, they're not. Penn Wood's not far from here. It's like, I hate playing Penn Wood. At softball, like, every sport.
So with 5 seconds to go, we'll finally, I imagine, get to the last play of the quarter. Marshall Spates still on his feet to the 30 and out to the 40. So a nice carry by Mason on the last play of quarter number 3. So finally, 2 hours and 15 minutes after we started, we can throw 4 figures in the air. That's right, we still have 1 quarter left to play. So forgive me if I'm not like chock full of fun anecdotes or whatever. If you're still watching, thank you. We're 3 quarters into a game, you know, that we could probably most generously describe as sloppily played by both sides. Bucs had a 16-0 lead going into the half. Penn Wood on a tear in the 3rd quarter, and, you know, credit to them. 3 touchdowns, 22 points. Bucs were able to muster a field goal, so we're sitting at 22-19. 12 minutes to go in this one. Mamadou Rogers, who's had a good game stat-wise, on his feet. Mamadou, is he going to break it? He's going to give the Bucs the lead again. Mamadou Rogers with his 2nd long one. 60 yards on the keeper. And there's a flag down, because of course there's a flag down.
Yeah. QB sweep. QB sweep. They didn't even try the option. What's the name? The H ran as a blocker.
We're going to have an illegal block in the back against the Bucs. So I don't know nothing about. I mean, I saw that they called an illegal block in the back. I was watching Mamadou, so I did not see the actual illegal, the infraction.
Touchdown?
So somehow the touchdown counts. If there's an illegal block in the back during the play, why is it still a touchdown?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Unless if there was like a post-possession foul, like a unsportsmanlike conduct or something on Interboro, that would make more sense, because it looks like they're lining up Dempsey Lopez way back in like the 15 or 20 yard line.
Taking it on the kickoff and
It's the blocking.
what's it called? They ran Bucs sweep. Nobody can't.
So Ed Barrar sounds. So Ed Barrar seems just as puzzled as I am. The touchdown is going to count. So Mamadou Rogers with his 2nd long touchdown drive, somehow there was a block on a play. that was illegal, but it's going to be on the kickoff. So I have no idea what just happened. There aren't many times in my life where I wish I was talking to Fiore Stabilo, but this is one of them because maybe he could explain to me, like, what, like, is going on here. Needless to say, 14 seconds in, it is 26-22 in favor of the Bucs. So now, instead of kicking off at the 40-yard line, they're going to back it up. Well, I've never seen that, where both teams are on the wrong side of the field. You figure one of them, out of the 22 kids out there, one of them would say, hey, weren't we just going the other direction? The 30-yard line, the line of where it's going to be kicked off. End over end kick. Williams at the 25. Tackled at about the 42 or 43. So the 45 will be the line of scrimmage with 11:39 to go. Handoff up the middle, and Penn Wood is just stronger at this point. And we'll see if we can straighten together a couple plays without flag, injury, ball out of bounds. Run some time off the clock. So I formation again. Smith, who was shaken up a little earlier, ahead for a first down. See a flag down. So.
I think I read the last
So that first down carry will be negated by a holding penalty. 41-yard line, the line of scrimmage, second down and 14 for Penn Wood. Serrano looking to option pitch. He does at the last minute. He'll get about 6 on the play, will Hannibal. Ball outside to Haji Ali. He had a touchdown earlier in the game and has been a real key contributor. Be 4th down and long now. 4th down, about 8. Penn Wood has to make the decision about whether they want to play the field position game, or try to, or do they want to go for it. And Bucs seem to think that Penn Wood is going to punt. They have Ali back in punting position. Jones and McCrary. Now, they've had some pretty good success on punt returns. We'll see what happens here. And a nice kick. It's going to split the two. And if it's going to take a Penn Wood roll and fall at the 4-yard line, more flags on the play. And if this is against Penn Wood, it's really going to hurt them because they have great field position. Like, they've knocked Interboro all the way back to the 4-yard line, where if they can get a quick 3 and out, they should be able to walk away. But we have a personal foul against Penn Wood. I didn't see what it was. I just know that there was multiple flags on the ground, and I know that, you know, they called it against Penn Wood. So they'll march off 15 yards, and the ball's still going to be inside the 20-yard line, but certainly not the same type of field position that they would have had. They wouldn't have had him pinned back as far without that penalty, obviously. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. I know I sound like a broken record, but Marshall Spates. With the Bucs leading by 4, you know, this would be like a tailor-made time for a 6 or 7 minute drive where you just like get first down after first down, bleed out some clock.
I'm so done. We should have gotten that.
Hurry up.
I'm mad they didn't post it. I hope the next game's USA.
And Rodgers to the outside, he loses his footing. So what hope would be a drive that the Bucs could get,
Yeah, we already had a goal.
maintain possession. You're now stuck with 3rd down and 12. And perhaps a passing situation, perhaps a passing down. Mamadou will get the play from offensive coordinator Brett McLaughlin and see what they're going to do here.
Because I heard them
We have a timeout on the field. So whatever it was, I guess Penn Wood did not like Interboro called the timeout. So they did not like what they saw, whatever it is. So there's a timeout on the field with 7:42 to go. We're getting dangerously close to another one of these 3-hour football games. So I'm hoping that the staffs of both teams worked out whatever it was that they saw.
Let's go.
Again, 7:42 left on the clock on this Saturday afternoon. Mamadou floats one to Marshall Spates. He'll be stuffed at the 21-yard line. So they got about 3 on the play. And that 4th down will make it a punting situation. So once again, Tyler Mayer, the punter, will trot out onto the field. Mekhi Williams will line up most likely inside Bucs territory. And this is why, if you go back to the previous series of Penn Wood, why it was important for them to punt on that play. This is what they were banking on, being able to get a quick turnaround and get Interboro to punt. Mayer's punt is a nice one, but it's a low line drive, and Mekhi Williams inside the 50, inside the 40, and they'll stop the clock with 6:47 to go at the 39-yard line. So that's where Serrano and the Penn Wood offense will take over. 39-yard line. So 4 wide receivers. They opt for the handoff, and it's Hannibal inside, and Frazier, I mean, not Hannibal. He'll get a few yards. The referee stopped the clock because they haven't stopped it in almost 30 seconds. So the 36 will be the line of scrimmage, 2nd down, and about 7. Once again, they'll go with that lateral. This is to Hannibal. Hannibal on his feet, cuts back inside, still on his feet, and into the end zone. Multiple attempts to make a tackle. And Penn Wood retakes the lead. It just comes down to simple tackling there. Really a play that should have gone for, maybe 20 yards or so. Ends up going all the way to the house for a touchdown. And Ali's kick is through. So Penn Wood retakes the lead, 29-26 with 5:49 to go. Now, there's still certainly plenty of time left on the clock. And whenever you have Mamadou Rogers on your team, you definitely have a built-in advantage and big play, explosive play potential. We've reached the point of the game, too, where the band puts their playlist on repeat and just kind of cycles their way back through once you get into that, like, 3-hour mark. So the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And they better hop on that ball. It does go out of bounds, so a flag on the play. Let me know if you've heard that before. So there is still time for the Bucs. Plenty of time, in fact. But there isn't time to make any more big mistakes. There isn't time for a turnover. There isn't time for a 3-and-out. There isn't time for a bunch of penalties. Mamadou will keep and get 2. Second and 8, Mamadou and Mason. Bucs going to try and grind it out this way. Mamadou on his own. Mamadou still on his feet. Mamadou breaks free. Mamadou cuts back, still on his feet. Inside the 25 to the 23.
Yeah, I don't know what you do in this situation. I guess panic.
So Bucs flip the field. They're down at the 22-yard line now. Just on the outside of the red zone.
I can't really think. Yeah. Because like softball, like you can think before you throw.
Watch the ball.
And this is Marshall Spates. He'll go ahead for 4. And if you're looking for some good news on this Saturday, an Interboro field goal will actually tie this game and potentially force us to go into overtime. I'm going to check with Herm to see if we have enough bandwidth to keep going here. That's Jones in motion, and it goes to Marshall Spates, who's on his feet and in the end zone. Touchdown. So that'll make it 32-29. So apparently after replay assist, it is a touchdown. 3:27 left. And a blocked extra point. So 32-29 is our score with 3:27 to go. So Bucs hold 6 points with 3:27 to go. They will line it up at the 40. Williams back deep. And we'll see here whether the Bucs want to try and force a fumble by kicking at one of the up men. If they want to kick it up in the air and try and get one of their guys to run under it. They opt to once again squib it, and the ball is down the ground. And I think the Bucs got it. I think they actually got the ball. So it did work out for them.
I don't listen to nothing.
So it looked like Dong was able to pick that up. Dong or Caden Judge. I'm not sure if it was 23 or 33. I think it was Trey Dong, though. I think. So now the Bucs certainly looking to take some time off the clock. To see C.J. Boland check in favor of Mason Marshall Spates. And we have a timeout. Just listen to the sights and the sounds. Bucs band still going. A lot of big shout out for the Bucs band, as they've been like, you know, they began their parade way back at like 12:30 or whatever. So they've been playing, sitting, watching the game. Did a halftime show since, you know, like 3-4 hours of this or something. 8 guys in motion when the ball was snapped, so that's a penalty. So I'm not exactly sure what they went over in the timeout. So 5 yards back in that initial play, not only did they stop the clock, but also 5 yards back. And, you know, you don't want to give Penn Wood the ball with too much time left if, in fact, they do wind up having to give them the ball back. Penn Wood kind of knows what's coming there, so just a couple of so there's 3rd down and 12. Under 2 minutes. A first down would be really super helpful here. Like if you're a Bucs fan, a first down, it doesn't end the game, but it makes it pretty darn difficult. Marshall Spates on the carry. Can he get to it? So it'll be close to a first down. I don't know if it's going to be about a yard short. It's actually hard to believe either team has timeouts left in this game, but they do. So Penn Wood calls a timeout with 1:29 to go. It'll be 4th and about 2, so a really big play coming up. And, you know, you have to think if you're the Bucs offense, right, some type of a single wing play where you have 10 guys blocking for Mamadou and Mamadou running the ball, trying to find a hole and 3 yards. But you'd really, you know, we're kind of coming into this game hoping, I know that the records were identical, but you were hoping not to have a down-to-the-wire game against Penn Wood. And there's no such thing as 30-second timeouts in this, is there, either? Because every timeout, I swear, has been, like, really long on top of all that. Bucs with a big play here. 33-yard line. They have to get like 2.5, maybe. If they can get it, they're probably going to win the game. If they don't get it, Penn Wood still has a puncher's chance. I formation. They go to Mamadou on the keeper. Got it. It's too early to say game, set, and match because they did stop the clock, and now they're going to wind it again. And Burrow is probably going to try and take their time here. I don't know how many timeouts are left in the chamber for Penn Wood. Not enough to make it like so that Interboro has to run 4 plays. So, barring anything crazy here, and I don't want to say it yet, they should have to snap it. Penn Wood calls timeout. I don't know that the Penn Wood coaches are all too optimistic because they just left the booth. So 45.8 is the official time left on the clock. Penn Wood calls a timeout, I guess hoping for a miracle, hoping that, like, you know, the more times you make Interboro snap the ball, the more times it's likely that there could be some type of a, you know, turnover or something, because that's really what Penn Wood has left. And they may have to snap it one more time. They're definitely shaking hands on the field, so it looks like they're sort of resigned to the result of this game. And for the second straight time, you got, like, I guess, some extra overtime coverage of Interboro football. A disproportionately long game ends in victory. Ladies and gentlemen, we can raise the flag here at South Avenue. Bucs win 32-29. For all these young chaps that have been helping us, we thank you. Down in the truck, Andrew Herman, thank you to him, for everybody who helped make this Saturday afternoon of football. Thanks to all of you for watching. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.